Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk About It Tuesday. I'm Karma with Lewis Acre Farm, and I am so happy that you're here today. We are kind of in a transition as far as co-hosts, and I do have somebody lined up to help out, but she is sick this week, so she's unable to be here. But we're going to have fun anyway. So, what would you guys like to talk about this week? Things are a little bit hectic here in the Lewis household. We have, as you know, I do kitten rescue. And back in June, oh my goodness, we had a little mama show up. And I named her Caroline. And she had 4 little babies with her. They were about 3-4 weeks old at most. And I began to feed them because it was obvious that they were hungry. And I love cats. And I couldn't let them just starve. And my goal was to catch them and, well, first of all, tame them and then catch them and get them all spayed and neutered. Hey, Jaden, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. I wanted to get them spayed and neutered and find homes for them. Well, that process ended up taking longer than I thought. And the mama, Caroline, I could tell that she had been somebody's baby. And it's really sad. The county where I live is one of the worst for people dumping pets. And, you know, it's wrong. It's just wrong. You know, if you're not able to care for your pets, then do right by them. Find them a home. And if you can't find them a home, find a rescue that'll take them. Don't just dump them. But anyway, so this Caroline, I couldn't befriend her. She wanted to trust me, but she just wouldn't. But I was able to tame the 4 kittens. It took a long time. Hey, Ronson. I'm glad you're here. So anyway, I did finally tame the 4 kittens. 3 of them became very friendly. 2 of them I can pick up and hold. One of them one of the other 2 I'm finally able to start picking up briefly. I can't hold her for very long, but I can pick her up very briefly. All 4 of the kittens were females, which meant more kittens if I didn't get them taken care of. Well, I reached out to one of the agencies that their whole purpose has always been to make sure that Idaho pets are spayed and neutered. And they were helping low-income families and community pets. When I reached out to them in September, they promptly informed me that they basically have strayed from that purpose. And it was going to cost me a fortune, and I couldn't afford it. So by this time, Caroline had come back, and she brought another litter of kittens. And the kittens were about the same age as the others were. And so now we're up to 3 adults because there's 2 toms that come around. There's Diamond, who came with Caroline, And then there's Phantom, who showed up later. So we have Caroline, Diamond, and Phantom that are adults. We have the 4 kittens from the first litter. And now we have 5 new kittens that are just learning to eat dry food. So they're about 3 to 4 weeks old also. And now I have 9 kittens and 3 adults. Plus, I have 6 cats of my own. So I'm up to 18 cats that I'm caring for. And somehow I've got to get all of these community cats tamed, spayed, and neutered. Well, I have the 4 older kittens tamed. The mama's finally trusting me I can pet her, but there's no way I'm going to get her picked up, and she only comes and goes when she wants to. But the 5 little babies, because the weather got so cold and I couldn't spend as much time with them, it was really, really hard to tame them. But over the winter, I finally managed to get them tamed. We ended up having some really severe cold winter temperatures, especially overnight. And I managed to convince the kittens slowly, one by one, to start coming in the house. Well, right now I have all 9 kittens, and as of last night, I just got Mama Caroline in the house. Unfortunately, Bianca, one of the older kittens, got out about a month ago, and she was in heat. Well, she's no longer in heat. She is pregnant. China got out about a week ago, and I know she was bred. I have no idea about Marley, and I know that Darla, these are the 4 older kittens. Darla's in the house, and she has come into heat, but she has not been exposed to any males, so I know she's good to go. She's not going to get pregnant. But as of last night, Caroline came in the house willingly. I know she's been someone's baby before. She's a lady. She's very, very sweet. She knows what to do inside of a house. And she is so very pregnant. So I fixed her up a little bed, and I gave her a little litter box, and I've shown her where the food and the water are. She won't leave the dining room area. She will if I'm there and I stay right with her, but she won't come out of the dining room area. She's just such a sweet cat. My goal is to get, as soon as Caroline has her babies and is able to be spayed, she will be spayed, and hopefully she can find a good home, someone that will love her and care for her. And then however many babies that she has, those babies will be spayed and neutered. And I'm going to be finding homes for all of these that are already in the house as soon as I get them spayed and neutered. On Thursday, I have an appointment for 3 of the kittens to go in and be spayed and neutered. So that's 3 down and 7 to go of the ones that are here now. I'll not be taking Bianca in. She's too far along. I don't feel right about aborting babies that are already halfway through the pregnancy. I'm still torn about taking China in. She is only a week pregnant. But anyway, So every day, twice a day, I am scooping litter boxes, and about every other day I'm dumping litter boxes. And so that's always fun, keeping me very busy. So anyway, how's everybody else doing? Are you staying busy and staying out of trouble? Did anybody bring tacos for Taco Bout It Tuesday? We had tacos last night. Logan made us a really good batch of tacos for dinner last night. We had tacos and I had a salad with mine. That was really nice. We've not had tacos in a really, really long time. Ronson, did you get the message that I sent you? I sent you a message with a link. I don't know if you want to come up with me or not, but if you want to, you're welcome to. So I've seen on the news where the central part of the United States is being really hammered with some pretty bad storms right now. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying warm. I know that Kentucky is being really, really hammered with flooding, and I just pray that everybody stays safe. That would be horrible. I can only imagine what it must be like to never know if your home's going to be safe. I feel so very blessed to live where we do, where we don't really have an issue with natural disasters. The worst that we tend to have is smoke from the wildfires in the region and heat in the summer. Occasionally we get really cold temperatures, but they don't last for very long. So, boy, we sure have a talkative bunch today. I got a notification today in my news feed that if you receive a notice from supposedly from the IRS, let me pull that up just to make sure I get it right. Yeah, if you get a text message from the IRS that says you are receiving a $1,400 rebate from them, just be aware that that is a scam. It is not true. Just waiting for it to load here. The Better Business Bureau is warning everybody that these $1,400 rebates that people are hearing about through text messages, they are not true. You're not getting a rebate from the IRS. So just be aware of that and don't fall for the scams. Is the chat working? I haven't gotten a chat in several minutes, and I just want to make sure that chat is actually working. I know sometimes StreamYard has issues. To those that are just coming in, just wanted to say welcome. I'm here by myself today. I don't have a co-host. My co-host is sick. Hey, Shawnee, welcome in. Oh, Minnesota is frozen. Well, I hope that you're staying warm. Yes, I am. I'm flying solo today. I did invite a couple of people to join me on panel, but they've not shown up. So that's okay. We'll get through it. My co-host ended up sick today, so we'll hopefully she'll be able to join me next week. Hopefully she's feeling a lot better. You're expecting warmer temperatures on Saturday. That's good. If you can just hang in there for a few more days. I know we were pretty cold here for a few days in southwest Idaho, and it's finally warming up. Some of our snow is melting. Oh, okay. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you letting me know. My son's going to join me. Yay! Then I'll have somebody to actually talk to, help me keep chat or conversation flowing a little better. If you are just joining me, I did share a little bit about storms are brewing from Missouri and Kentucky. I know I saw that Kentucky is flooding, and unfortunately the death toll is rising. I'm not sure what it's up to now, but there were quite a few people who had passed due to the flooding, and I feel so bad for the folks back in that area. It's just, I'm so incredibly blessed to live where I do. So incredibly blessed. The biggest problem we have here during the winter is inversions, which is where the cold air gets trapped in the valleys and the warm air is sitting up above in the mountains. And so we end up with fog, and a lot of times freezing fog. And we had a lot of snowstorms previous to that. So we have snow on the ground, and we had rain yesterday. So there's ice on the road, and people, for whatever reason, think they can just drive like normal. And they think that because they have four-wheel drive, they can just hit four-wheel drive and drive normal speeds, and they cause a lot of wrecks, especially when it's really foggy. And so we had a pretty nasty wreck on the freeway here yesterday, I believe it was. A stretch of the freeway was closed and backed up for miles. Oh, I know. It is frustrating when drivers do that. And when they don't drive with their headlights on. It is actually in the driver's manual that you're to have your headlights on 30 minutes past sunrise and 30 minutes before sundown. And people don't do that. And what's also frustrating is the daytime running lights. People think just because they've got their daytime running lights on, they're fine. But what they forget is that the daytime running lights only turn on their headlights. They do not turn on the tail lights. The people behind you can't see you just because you can see what's in front of you due to your headlights. So personally, I think daytime running lights need to be abolished because it makes people lazy and they forget to turn on their headlights. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see. February 10th, beekeeper input needed amid widespread honeybee colony losses. Nationwide honeybee colony losses have surged past 50%, raising concerns for the upcoming 2025 almond pollination season. Interesting. Samples and studies are going to take 3 months to find an answer as to why so many colonies in commercial beekeeping have been lost. Wow. Very interesting. I know a channel in Alabama has some beekeepers that they work with who take their bees to California to help with the almond growers. And I don't know if they've had any losses or not. That's interesting. Very interesting. Absolutely. We need to plant more pollinator plants. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing the information about the bees and the almonds. That is really interesting. I know that I try to plant as much as I can in my gardens, both in flowers and in flowering crops. I do the best that I can with the limited space that I have. Someday I'm going to have my own land and I'll be able to plant a patch of wildflowers and last year, actually, I planted watermelon radishes, and I didn't get them in the ground at the right time. And so they went to seed. And when they went to seed, I saw the first bumblebees that I have seen in more than a decade. In fact, it's probably been 15 years since I've seen bumblebees here on our little lot that we rent. And I was so excited to see the bumblebees. In fact, I saw bumblebees at Walmart for the first time in forever. I've never eaten radish pods. I didn't even know that you could. I'm going to have to try that this year because I love growing radishes. I'll have to do that. Very cool. Yeah, I grow a very, very widespread crop of plants, and I love to grow obscure varieties. I don't grow just your typical varieties of the same old plants that everybody does. Bumblebees are very important. They use vibrations. I'll get the words out. They use buzz vibrations to get the pollen off the anther in the flowers for many nightshade and squash and other large flowers. Very cool. Yes. Hi, welcome in, Serena. I'm glad you're here. By obscure varieties, I mean, like, for instance, on zucchini, there's a variety called, I'm going to forget it now. Only part I can remember is Romanesco. I've forgotten the first part of it. Anyway, it's the variety that I prefer to grow, and you cannot buy the plants at any of your garden centers. I can't even think of what the whole name of it is right now, but it's the variety that I buy, and I have been able to find the seeds through Baker Creek. Hey, Ronson. Romanesco, that's only part of the name. But yes, there are Romanesco cauliflower and broccoli, but this is a zucchini variety. Okay. Hey, Kristen, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. Oh gosh, what is that variety that I grow? I can't think of it right now. Let me look it up. Let's see if I can get my phone to work. Vegetable seeds, zucchini. That's going to be probably under squash. And then another squash that I grow is like honeyboat delicata and sweet dumpling. They're not varieties that you find very often, and I grow, or I'm attempting to grow Chinese pink celery. The more unique the variety, the more interested I am in growing it. Trying to find it. It's not your typical Black Beauty, which is all you can ever find. Hey, Create and Relate, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see if this is the one. Nope, that's not the one. I should just go get my seeds. Probably be faster. I'm not finding them now. Let's see. If I go to... I'm going to have to sign in to get it. Oh, I wish I could think of that type of zucchini that I grow. Right now, Create and Relate, we're talking about pollinators and pollinator plants. And I'm trying to remember the type of zucchini that I grow. I know it's something Romanesco, but I can't think of the rest of it. And I'm trying to find it. Let's see if it's on this order. Nope, not that one. It should be on this first one. And for okra, I like the different varieties of okra than your typical Clemson spineless. Like one time we ordered Jing Orange. We discovered Aunt Hattie's Red this last year, and that was really, really good. My husband and I both really liked that one. Beets, we really liked the golden beets and the albino beets. They were some of our favorites. Potatoes, the Huckleberry Gold, we really liked those. I always like to look for something unique and different. Oh, and I found the Richmond green apple cucumbers, and I grew those this last year. They didn't put out fruit for me until the very, very end, and they ended up not getting to grow very big, but I got a few really small cucumbers. Oh my gosh, those cucumbers were the sweetest and most flavorful cucumbers I think I've ever tasted. And so I'm definitely going to be growing those. Probably that'll be the only kind I ever grow again. And then I grow mango melons or vine peach. You know, I think everybody can grow something, and it's a matter of trial and error and knowing your ground. I bet you we could help you if you wanted to grow. Hey, I got a co-host. Hey, you know what? That's the best crop ever, Create and Relate. That is the best crop ever. Hey, you know what? Look at here, look at here. I've got my handsome son with me. Hi, Ronson.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hold on. There we go, I think. Can I hear you now?
I don't know, can you?
Oh yeah, I can. Sorry,
Oh,
I
okay.
had to change the settings in StreamYard.
Ah, okay.
I'm doing good. How are
Costata
you?
Romanesco. That's the name of the zucchini. I just
Bless you.
remembered. Oh my gosh. Took me all that time and I never found it in my orders. There's the name of the zucchini that I grow. It's prolific. It keeps really, really well. It's got a good moisture content. It's kind of sweet. It's cutty. It doesn't brown once you cut it. It doesn't brown very quickly. I can slice it into rings or into zucchini sticks and keep it in the refrigerator. And my husband, who is a junk food junkie, will grab that. He will grab that for a snack. If it's already sliced and ready to go, he will grab that for a snack over junk food. It is that good. I'm not kidding you. It is so delicious and real easy to grow. Super easy to grow. And it does well in shade. It does pretty good in sun, in full sun, but it'll do really well in shade. I had 3 plants side by side in a 4-foot by 4-foot bed. They took up one edge of the garden this last year. And I'm not kidding you. I had a steady supply, but they didn't overwhelm me. I was not completely overwhelmed with the zucchini. I just had a constant, steady supply of zucchini. And they are so, so delicious. I did not have squash bugs. I didn't have any real pest pressure with them at all. Now, I did have squash bugs on my others, on my acorn and the honeyboat delicata, but I did not find, I think I found 2 or 3 total squash bugs on my Costata Romanesco. They are so, so good. I think they have a better flavor than the kind you get from the store. And I've never seen them at a garden center ever. So there is the type of zucchini. Hopefully, Shawnee will see that when she comes back. So, what have you been doing lately? We haven't gotten to hang out or talk or anything much lately now that Logan's working full time and I don't have access to a vehicle.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Not too much. Just, I don't know. Not been doing the best with this cold weather and my depression, so.
Yeah.
Some days it's a struggle to just get up and get dressed and take a shower.
I understand. Winter's hard for you, I understand.
Yeah.
But you've been doing so much better this winter than you normally do. I think having kiwi there helps you.
Yeah.
I think that's helped you a little bit. There's more of us, I think, that struggle than you know, and you're not alone in that. And
Yeah.
you can always call me. I'm always here for you. You know that. I
What
may
do I
not be
call
able.
you?
Well, hopefully you call me mom, mama, mommy. Hopefully one of those things. But I'm proud of you for at least trying. And you've done so well this winter. So much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I have up until, I don't know, the last few weeks, but
Seasonal affective disorder is not easy.
mm-mm.
That is a real struggle for so many. And I don't think it gets addressed or talked about enough. I really don't.
No.
You might relate. I keep forgetting what your first name is. Is it Andy? I'd prefer to call you by your first name if that's okay. We need to talk about it. We need to make it okay to talk about it. How does it make you feel? Stacy. Okay. I'm sorry. I keep getting names confused. Thank you for sharing your first name, Stacy. What are your symptoms when you start feeling it come on?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, here lately, it's just been difficult to get the motivation to do simple things that I need to get done. So,
Hey, Rebecca, I'm so glad you're here. So, does it affect you physically?
I think somewhat, because I have a hard time getting the motivation to get up and do things, and so I'm more sedentary,
Right.
and I have less energy.
Less energy. Does it
So,
affect you with your pain? Because I know you have pain also.
mm, a little bit maybe, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, Stacy, how does it affect you? Because I know you mentioned that you feel like you have seasonal affective also. How how does it affect you? And what do you guys do to combat the feelings of sadness and depression when it comes on? How do you battle it? Stacy says, motivation doesn't find you, you have to find it. All you can do is one step and hope it leads to motivation on the next step. That's true. Sometimes, though, finding the energy or the gumption to take that first step is really incredibly difficult, especially if you deal with depression on a daily. If you have regular,
Definitely.
everyday depression and then you have seasonal affective on top of that, that's hard. That is so hard. And now we have done a live previously where we've talked about you also have autism and ADHD. And when you
Mm-hmm.
put all of that together and you deal with chronic pain on top of it,
Right.
you put all of that together, finding the ability to take that one step that it takes. Sometimes you just don't have it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So when you feel like you don't have it in you, how do you deal with that?
Don't always just
Yeah.
sit and do absolutely nothing. Sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes all I have the energy to do is go lay in bed and watch YouTube videos, or like even if it's not like bedtime yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
It really just depends on the day.
Stacy has to be creative, even just doodling. Being creative can be very therapeutic. And then she says that she has a diagnosis of ADHD. And I forget what ME is. I know it, but I've forgotten. And then also fibromyalgia. I have fibromyalgia, and I know what that's like. Make a playlist of music. That's good. Sometimes just
Yeah.
listening to music can be very therapeutic. Make a photo album of your favorite memories. Yeah. Sometimes just looking back at favorite things that you've done or places you've been, like Disney World, Universal Studios, camping with Grandpa. All of those things can be uplifting.
Yeah.
But then, too, sometimes you can't do it every day, but sometimes you have to give yourself grace and allow yourself a day to just be and say it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I know that sometimes running a channel can be exhausting. And
Yeah. I don't know how you do it.
it's exhausting at times. And I am so far behind responding to comments. And I feel like such a heel. I feel awful because people have taken the time to comment, to say, hey, thank you for this video. And I haven't taken the time to go back and say, thank you for spending the time watching my video. Thank you for taking the time to comment and put a thumbs up. I haven't gone back and done that for the longest time, and I feel awful about it. But now,
Yeah.
because I'm so far behind, I feel almost like I can't go back and comment because it's been so long.
Right.
And so I get even further behind, and it's just a
Mm-hmm.
vicious cycle. And so that's the area that I struggle with in keeping up. But sometimes I get so exhausted that I have to take a break. I
Right.
have to give myself the grace to say, you know what? I can't get that video out. You know what? I can't do the live today. I have to rest. And that's what I did last week. I canceled Talko About It Tuesday because I was so exhausted I couldn't hardly keep my eyes open. And
Mhm.
I just had to rest. And that's okay. And, you know, I think it's the same with seasonal affective. Being able to give yourself the grace and say, it's okay to take a day off and do nothing. But at the same time, knowing that you can't let those days go back to back, or that depression will overwhelm you. That depression will swallow you up.
Yeah.
It's finding the balance, making sure you get some daylight every single day. You know, Stacy says, I have 2 special needs children relying on me. As a single parent, I don't get the break, especially in the holidays. I get you. I totally get you. I was a single parent raising Ronson, and I firmly believed that it was my job to raise him. It wasn't my parents' job. It was nobody else's job to raise him. It was mine. I made the choice to get pregnant. I made the choice to have a child. It was my responsibility. And we didn't have a diagnosis for him until he was 12 when he got the diagnosis for ADHD, and 15 when he got the diagnosis with autism, Asperger's. But
Mhm.
prior to that, he had a lot of other disabilities and physical problems. And hey, Ruby, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. And I didn't get those. I didn't get those breaks unless my parents took him for the day or they watched him after school so that I could work. Um, but then that was also my choice to be sure that I was there with him at all times. So, yeah, I'm thankful that Ronson's dad wasn't a part. That's a whole nother story, like you say. But anyway. Well, I certainly hope that your days get better. I will be in town tomorrow and we're going to spend some time together.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the ingredients over and we'll try to make English muffins for the first time ever. I hope that
Should be
goes well.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It seems pretty easy. So we'll find out how easy.
Right.
And that should be a nice break. I know up until Logan got his new job, we were able to spend a lot more time together. And I'm sure not getting to spend the time together has not helped.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about it.
Hmm. It
But,
is what it is. I mean, you can only do what you can do.
oh, I know. I know. But still, I miss our time together.
I do too.
I know. We've always been very close. And you're right, mom and son time is so important. So very important. But Anyway, how is our little Kiwi wee?
Oh, as obnoxious as ever.
Kiwi is the name of his kitty cat. And she is a beauty and a talker. Stacy, no, we don't live too far from each other. We're about, I would say, 8 miles apart.
Yeah. Yeah, like what, 10 to 15-minute drive?
Yeah, about that. I live in the country and he lives in the city. The same city, same town. Yes, animals do help. They're very, very important. And he picked a good one when he went to the shelter and picked out his baby. And I was so happy to be a part of it and help him choose his little love bug. And she is that. She's a little love bug.
She's something else.
She had been a little mama right before he picked her out. She had had how many kittens?
I don't remember. I don't know if I
Wasn't it
said.
like 11 or something that she had had?
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was a crazy number of kittens. And she had just weaned them and been spayed when Ronson went to the shelter, and he looked at 2 different cats. And she was the second cat that he looked at and met. And he fell in love with her. And they had named her Kiwi, and he kept the name. And her fur is just like the fuzz on a kiwi. She's so velvety. But yeah. So anyway, I know I don't know what I would do without my babies. And right now I've got enough of them.
Yeah, I'm like, you got plenty to go around.
If anybody's in the area or is willing to drive to the area, I am very happy to adopt kitties out to anybody that's interested, as long as you've got a good, safe, secure area for them and that you can provide a good home for them. I have plenty to go around. So I've got at least 2 boys and about 8 girls. Actually, I've got 2 other cats that are mine who right now are not living their best life that I would consider adopting to someone if it was the right home. It would have to be absolutely the right home before I would adopt them out, but I would consider adopting them out because they're definitely not living their best life right now.
Yeah.
So, what state are you in, Stacy, or are you in another country? And Megan, anytime that you feel you're ready, you've got the pick of the litter or litters. Oh, you're in the UK. Yeah, that would be a little far to go. I don't think you can drive here. So it is 11 o'clock your time right now. Wow. That's pretty late.
Oh, are we 7 hours behind?
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking we were 8 right now.
No, it should be 7 hours.
Yeah.
Now, when the time changes, there's like 2 or 3 weeks that I believe they are. Let's see, in the spring, they should be 8 hours ahead for 2 or 3 weeks. And then in the fall, they're 6 hours ahead for 2 or 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Oh, playing referee. That's always fun. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? Do you know what you're having, Ronson?
No clue. I don't have anything planned right now. Megan's probably gonna stay a little late today because she got in a little late, and we still haven't made it to Mart.
Oh no. Well, I gotta know if I'm a winner. Oh, you had lentil soup tonight? I haven't had lentils in so long. I don't even know if I still like lentils. Seriously, I don't think I've had lentils since I was a little girl. And you don't have anything planned, just going to see what's appetizing in the freezer.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. We're probably going to clean out the fridge because we still have taco stuff left over from dinner last night, and we still have a slice or two of pizza from Garbanzo's.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had Garbanzo's on Saturday night. Garbanzo's is a really amazing pizza place here locally. They have like 5 or 6 restaurants in the area, and their pizza crust is almost like a sourdough, and they make it the day before and let it set, and then use it the following day. It is so good, and they hand toss it, and the toppings are incredible. And
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Very good.
it's the best pizza place in the area. And well, it depends on what kind of pizza you're actually wanting. If you're wanting pizzeria type pizza, you go to Idaho Pizza. If you're wanting a totally different style of pizza, you go to Garbanzo's. If you just want run of the mill, everyday, whatever kind of pizza, then you go to either Papa John's or Pizza Hut. Domino's is disgusting. And if
It's
you
good
want,
every once in a while.
yeah,
I
kind of.
just had them the other day. It was pretty good.
That's amazing. But now, if you want homemade style pizza, then you go to Papa Murphy's. It depends on what kind of pizza you're in the mood for. Stacey, you would absolutely love Garbanzo's. I mean, it is just, oh, I can't say enough good. They're expensive, but you're going to get your money's worth. Absolutely going to get your money's worth from them. It takes an hour to get it. Uh-oh, a fight outbreak in the Stacey household. But anyway. Hey, Glenda. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well. I hope that you get well quickly, and I hope Sir Grace is staying healthy. I was so sad when I saw that you weren't feeling well. Miss Glenda is going to be my new co-host as soon as she is well enough to do so. So, and then I think Kendra is going to pop in now and then. Oh, Shawnee, you're back. Oh, that's rough when you don't have a voice. Shawnee, I remembered the name of that zucchini. It's Costata Romanesco. And it's amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting that in there.
You're welcome.
And then I was also talking about another plant that I just discovered last year, and Ronson tried it too. It's called mango melon or vine peach. And they say you're supposed to use it like to stretch other fruits when you make pies, and you can use it to stretch your fruit for jams and jellies that people don't typically eat it raw. But I'm telling you what, we loved it raw. I never got enough fruit off of the one vine to make anything with it. We ate it raw and it was so good. People actually use it as a border plant to deter raccoons and skunks and other predator type animals, well, even deer. They use it as a decoy for the rest of their garden. They'll make a whole border of it because it's so sweet and it has a really good fragrance to it. It'll draw them away from the rest of the garden and protect their garden. And the fruit is, it's probably about the size of a baseball, and it turns bright, bright yellow when it's ripe, and it smells heavenly.
So it's like a food moat, huh? Like they put around the castle, except it's food, huh?
Yeah, a food moat. They really, really do smell wonderful, and they really, according to the information I gathered, especially in the South, people will put a whole border around their garden with these vines and protect the rest of their garden just using those. And supposedly it works really well. I've got to get some vines going so that I can have a better crop this year now that I know how much we love them. And they put out a lot of seeds, so you can save the seeds for the following year once you get your initial packet. You'll have more than enough seeds for the following year. I can't wait to grow more this year. They were so good. And if I get my seeds going early enough, they'll have time to grow a lot of fruit this year. I didn't have it growing early enough last year, so I didn't get very many fruit. But so you got them all settled, and the fight's over now. That's good. You got the WWF going on, or WWE, whatever it is, in your house.
Yeah.
But anyway. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're separated. Every now and then, my four-legged kids have squabbles, and I just get the squirt bottle out and separate them. Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, we have some wild, I think they're blackberry vines that suddenly sprouted up in our yard this year. And we dug up a couple of them and put them in a tub. And then we've left one or two in the yard by the tree. And hopefully we'll get fruit off of them this year. I hope. I love berries.
I do too.
I want blueberries and figs, but I can't put them in the ground. I've got to put them in a tub. So.
Right.
I'm not sure how, or in one of the raised beds. And I'm not sure how that would work. Might not be able to do it until we finally manage to save enough money to get our own property. We shall see.
Yeah. Well, you had blueberries in that one raised bed, but they didn't do very well, did they?
No. I think it was because they had, it was too hot. I didn't get
Yeah.
them established, and I planted them at the wrong time of year, and it was just too intense of heat. They didn't have enough shade out
Well,
there in the wide open.
that one plant you rescued from Walmart, they had neglected it. That one blueberry
Right.
plant.
I got 3 blueberries off of one of them.
Yeah.
And then it died. So, yeah, right now, Shawnee, we live in a mobile home park, and it's out in the country. We have a really large lot, and I mean large for a mobile home park. But the problem is that it was owned by an old man, and he was much more lenient, but now it's owned by a property management company that only deals with mobile home parks, and they're trying to run it like a corporation instead of running it like a country mobile home park. And they're running it like it belongs in the city instead of in the country. And yeah, it's not fun. So, I mean, while there are some things that they're allowing that the other guy didn't allow that are good, there's other things that are just plain stupid
Yeah.
and not cool. So, oh wow, Glenda, that's cool. Yeah, just plain wacky. One of the things that they said is that we cannot have an aerial antenna, which is the only way that we can get local television. You have to have an aerial antenna to be able to draw the local signals. However, if you're a ham radio operator, you can have a ham radio antenna. Those things go way up, and they interfere with surround sound systems. And one of our neighbors in the cul-de-sac, there's 4 houses per cul-de-sac, and one of the neighbors on our cul-de-sac has a ham radio, and it interferes with the surround sound system that we had. So we couldn't use a surround sound. Every time we would turn it on, his ham radio would cut in, and we'd get some really raunchy stuff coming through the surround sound system. We didn't even have to have it turned on, and we would get stuff coming through the surround sound. So he can have that interferes with the surround sound, but we can't have an aerial antenna that brings in local television stations.
I wonder what they'd say if you just told them, "Oh, that's just a CB antenna or an amateur radio antenna. It looks different."
I'm not taking it down because it was here before I bought the house.
Oh yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, it was on the house before I bought the house. It's been here for well more than 20 plus years.
We did change out the antenna itself on the end of the pole, but the pole and everything was already in and there, and there was an antenna already there.
Yeah. Hey, Kendra. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. So,
not only that, it's what, like 20 feet tall or something. Like, it's really, really, really tall. It's hard to pull out of that hole
yeah,
that's in the ground to like take it down in the first place.
exactly. The only thing
So
we could do would be to cut the PVC pole, or no, it's a metal pole, isn't it?
yeah, it's
You have to use a hacksaw and cut the metal pole and then try to lay the antenna down to get it out of here. So it would just
yeah,
be
it's
really
crazy.
difficult. I mean, if we were going to move the house out, then yeah, we would take it down because that'd be the only way to get it out of here. But
Right.
and then the other thing is if you plant anything at all in the ground, they lay ownership to it. I don't think so. Most of the plants that we've planted in the ground here were my mother's. They aren't getting my mother's plants. She's been gone for 10 years. They don't own my mother's plants. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I could see him hanging on to anything that you were leaving, weren't planning on moving when you moved out of there, but
Yeah.
not just automatically stick it in the ground and it's theirs.
Yeah. Well, if you move out, they claim ownership of any plants you put in.
Yeah, exactly. Just dig them up and take them before you tell them you're moving.
Right. Right. Now there's some things that we planted that we may or may not ever bother with taking, but I'll guarantee you they're not getting my clematis, they're not getting my butterfly bush, they're not getting my irises, my peonies, my honeysuckle. You know, they're not getting those things. Those were my mother's, except for the honeysuckle. They were my mother's. My rose bushes, I've worked hard to keep those things growing and healthy. And some of the stuff I put some good money into. They're not getting them. So, you know, a lot of this stuff was here, like the wooden shed. It had electricity in it before I ever moved in. Now they're saying you can't have electricity run to your shed. Well, sorry, I didn't put the electricity in. It was there
Right.
before I ever bought the house. I'm not going in and taking the electricity out. The same with the antenna. The antenna was there before I ever moved in.
Mm-hmm.
They won't come and properly fix the water leak behind the house, which is their issue. They won't properly fix it so that I can have air conditioning in my house. I'm not going to sign the contract. I'm not going to sign or give them anything that I've done to improve the property. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
yep,
crazy.
exactly. You know, property management people expect you to take care of their land and then claim ownership of what you've done to improve their land. And it doesn't work that way. So, when we find property, eventually, which my goal is to be completely debt free by the end of this year. And one of my bills will be paid off in June. And the other one, my goal is to have it paid off by August, maybe October, somewhere in there. I'll have it paid off.
That's great.
No, I don't pay for StreamYard. But
I don't think StreamYard lets you have more than one camera on a single device. I think you'd have to use like your laptop or tablet or something and your phone and your desktop. You'd have to use two different things so far as I know for the camera. I think Restream might let you do a second camera, but
Yeah. I just use the free version of StreamYard, but now here's the thing, when you use the free StreamYard, you're only allowed 20 hours of live streaming per month. And they will start warning you once you reach about 10, 11 hours. They'll start saying you're close to your limit for the month. So you just have to go in and look at the team. You go to team and then to billing, and it will show you how many hours you've used. And you just keep track of how many hours you've used for the month so that you don't go over. Actually, I do 2 lives a week. I do Mondays and Tuesdays. And as long as I keep it around 2 hours per stream, I can do that for all 4 weeks out of the month. 2 hours per stream, 2 days a week. So that's not it, that's not bad.
no.
I've only gotten close one time, and that was last month. And even then I didn't go over. I still had a little bit of time left on it. Yeah, it's going to feel so good. It'll be the first time in my life that I will be debt free. I've worked so hard, so hard to reach this point. Yeah, I looked at OBS myself. Ronson had it on my computer for me, and it's confusing for me too.
There's a lot of guides out there. It's pretty easy to learn once you learn how it's set up. The problem, though, is that Restream and StreamYard solve for you is if you're wanting to have guests on that. Because if you're using OBS, then you're stuck using Zoom or Discord or Google Chat or whatever to do your chat on, and then you've got to share your screen or whatever.
I was hearing about another one. Well, I don't even have a mortgage on my house. I paid that off 15 years ago. I paid off my house. So I will be truly debt free. But there's another one that I was going to ask you about, Ronson, and it does work in tandem with OBS, I think it is, and it's called Talk Studio.
Oh, okay.
It's what the Vineyard Chicks are using for the Survival Seeds collab.
Yeah.
And they can do some really cool stuff with it. And they have upwards of 6 people up there on the stream at once. I don't know what all they're capable of doing. But I know that you have to have a Streamlabs account to use it. And I don't know anything about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a Streamlabs product. That's why. I see. I think I have looked at this.
Tuber Chat uses Streamlabs, I believe. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what he uses.
Also, I don't believe Restream. I don't believe it has a monthly limit. So that's something you could do if you like StreamYard, but you like somehow managed to run out of time. You could switch over to that for the rest of the month, or just switch if you've not.
Right. You have options.
Stay with StreamYard, but
I really like StreamYard. And cat. Ugh. Raunchy butt. Sorry. Sorry. I just forgot what I was going to say.
I think you said something about you were gonna try Restream or Stream, or no, you said you do like StreamYard.
Yeah, I like StreamYard really well. The thing about Restream that I don't like is that, well, one of the things is that on the chat, it runs from the top down instead of from the bottom up. So when you're going to read the chat, you have to remember that all of your chat is coming from up at the top. Plus, the chat is really behind. I know that when I'm watching a live that's coming from Restream, I can type a message and it's 30 seconds before the host ever sees the comment. So there's a real delay there.
Yeah.
And so by the time your comment gets to them, they've already moved on to a whole nother subject.
Right.
And that can be frustrating.
Yeah, I was just wondering maybe if there was a way to switch that on Restream where it goes down the screen instead of up the screen. Well, I mean, technically, if you didn't need to put the messages, pin them to the screen like you do sometimes on StreamYard, you could just do like I had shown you and open the YouTube pop-out chat in a window next to the studio, but
yeah, I can never remember to do that.
Oh.
It seems like, Glenda, that the comments in StreamYard, the comments come in a lot faster. Because I can watch on my phone and there's only like maybe a 5 to 10 second delay between what's happening on the screen, what I'm seeing in real time versus what happens on my phone. As far as the chat.
I have the pop-out chat right now in a separate window on the side, but I can also see the studio chat and the StreamYard chat message. Those last couple messages in chat came in about 1 or 2 seconds after YouTube. Like, it was really quick.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really quick in StreamYard, but when I go and watch a restream, it's like a 30-second delay between when I send a message and when it finally reaches the host and they see it. And it's like, okay, are you going to see the message or is it going to go through? Or, I mean, it'll pop into chat, but before they ever see it, before it ever reaches them, it's like a 30-second delay. And
Yeah.
by that time, they've already moved on to another subject. And it just feels counterintuitive.
Right. Right. It looks like I looked up that Streamlabs Talk Studio.
Uh-huh.
The free plan, it looks like you're only allowed to stream to one destination, stream and record up to 4 hours, I think, per session. It might be per month, I don't know, but you're only allowed one guest.
Okay.
That was the one thing. Although it's not as horribly expensive either. It's if you pay for the year, it's $90 a year for the standard, and you can have 5 guests and
That's
multiple
reasonable.
cameras and no watermark. Even the most expensive one, where you can have 11 guests, is only 145 a year, which I think isn't the basic one on StreamYard like 180 or 200
Oh, it's
something
more
a
than
year.
that.
Yeah, it's a
They've
lot.
it's like $400 or $500 now.
Yeah, this one, even if you don't pay annually, the most expensive plan is 17 a month, which 17 isn't even that much more than like YouTube Premium
Yeah.
or like Netflix or you know.
Yeah. I could do the 90 a year. I could actually manage that.
Yeah.
I don't blame you, Glenda. I was going to get StreamYard, but not now that they've done all this. And
No.
I watched the Survival Siege yesterday, and I saw all the fun things you can do with the background and um, all the different things you can do with it. And it's really pretty. Stacy, whenever you're ready, just let me know, and I am more than willing to work with you as far as the time difference. Um, I have done someone from Scotland, and so that's not a problem. We can even work it out to where, if you would prefer, we could pre-record, and I can do a premiere instead, if that would work easier. I'm more than happy to work with you on that. So whenever you're ready, just go ahead and fill out the form in the About section.
Oh, that was Megan
Yeah,
that walked behind me.
yeah. So, all right, that will be great. So, well, Ronson, if you will help me, we'll look into. Oh, Glenda, thank you. I appreciate that. I had so much fun when I did your interview, and then afterwards, I did not intend. I did not intend to keep you as long as we did, but we ended up talking till, I think it was like 5 o'clock my time, or might have even been later than that my time. But we had so much fun talking after the interview. It was so lovely. It was really, really nice to get to know you, Glenda. Rebecca, I hope that you stay safe and warm, you and your brother. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hey, Megan. So, anyway. So. Oh, hey, I got to show you what I got in the mail. Well, what was delivered the other day. I went to Jesse and Lisa's live on Saturday. Not this Saturday, the week ago Saturday. And I got to play the wheel.
Oh, fun.
I did. And I did not go to the dark side. I did the last time before that. And I don't have that one in here. I won a hat, a Texas hat on the dark wheel, on the dark side.
Oh, was it extra big?
No, it just has Texas on it.
Thought maybe it was a Texas-sized hat.
No, it's not a Texas-sized hat, but it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I won a Texas hat on the time before when I won. Oh, no worries, Stacy. It's just an offer that's out there for anybody and everybody, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew that the offer stands if you're whenever you're ready. No pressure, no worries. So this last time I won, I kept the first prize because I intend to have some produce this year that I can actually get canned. If I can actually manage to do it. So this year, or this time, I won a canning ladle. And I haven't actually taken it out of the package. But look at this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got this little hook on it so that I can set it on the edge of the pan.
Yeah.
And it's got the little pour spout on both sides of it. Make it easier to pour into the jars.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that's what I won, and it came yesterday, I think it was. So, anyway, yeah, I'm super excited. Oh, you just got one, Glenda? Oh, I got a whatever hat, too. I won that when they were traveling. Oh, wouldn't that be hilarious if they had a push button with her voice?
I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to do. I'm sure they sell buttons you can record your own message. Yeah,
they do. Wouldn't that be hilarious, though? To have a hat with the button on it? You can say, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll do that, Glenda. Let's do that next week if you're feeling better. We'll wear our whatever hats. That would be so fun. If that's from, well, we'll gang up on her. How about that, Glenda? We'll tell her that she needs to get some buttons and record that. She's going to hate us. Not really. Not really. But we'll do it. I will have my whatever hat on next week. And hopefully you'll have a voice back next week and we can do this upright. So we'll have whatever tacos and we'll talk about whatever. Yes, we'll have a what we love Lisa day. I'll do the thumbnail upright. It's going to be fun. Absolutely. So, yeah, the whatever hats came from their trip back from Oregon, from when after they left Idaho. they picked him up in Utah, and Lisa signed him with whatever. So
Oh yeah, I found some.
thank
They
you,
say
Rebecca,
they're
for being here. Have a great evening. Stay safe and warm. You
they,
found
they say they're for pets, but if it's only $15 for a 4-pack, and each one you can record 30 seconds on, and you get 4 buttons, 4 big buttons.
oh fun.
They're not even that expensive,
Oh, that would be so fun.
and they just take 2 AAA batteries. It's not bad. That's cool.
Yeah. Very cool. So, oh
Oh
wow.
yeah, make sure to push the thumbs up button if you
Yes,
haven't already.
please. That would be wonderful. And anybody catching the replay of this, please be sure and hit the thumbs up. That would be wonderful. And leave a comment too. That would be great. So, and next week, oh, let's see. Ronson.
Oh yeah, the ones I just quick search on Amazon I found were, what did I say, 15 I think for 4. I think I saw another listing though, it was $20 and you got like 6 of them. They're all different colors, but yeah,
If
they're
you
not too expensive.
if you send me the link, I'll get it to Glenda.
Oh, okay. Uh,
Oh, and we got to have Miss Lisa on next week if she can make it. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Oh my gosh, that would be fun. I will reach out to Miss Lisa and I will get this set up right away. And oh, she is. I love Miss Lisa and Jesse. Can't forget him. Oh, this is going to be a great one. We'll have to make sure we get it shared out and invite everybody to be here for the whatever edition of Talk About It Tuesday. Oh, there you go. That works. I'm sure there's other versions of them.
I'm sure.
Absolutely. Both of them are the salt of the earth. They have.
There
Oh,
you go.
cute! Like the easy buttons.
Yeah. Yeah, but it has a record button on there, and you can record up to 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh. That's great.
But
I love it.
they had another pack though that was here more buttons for only 20. So they're
6
not that
buttons.
expensive. Yeah, 6. But yeah.
Awesome. This is going to be so fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Well,
oh, we could. We could definitely have some fun. We could have all kinds of fun. Hey, maybe I'll even do a real small giveaway next week. I got soap butts. I bought soap
soap
butts.
butts.
Yes, soap butts from my friends at Zion Creek Farm.
Oh, what's
Yeah,
a
they're
soap
not
butt?
full bars. They're not full bars. They're the end pieces when they cut the soap. So they're like
Oh,
really skinny little slabs of soap. And so what it does is it gives you an opportunity to try different fragrances to find out if you even like it. And it's you get 3 random slabs of soap for $6 plus shipping. Right.
yeah,
And
that's so bad.
we just jokingly call them soap butts. And so instead of just keeping these stacks and stacks and stacks of soap butts, we convinced Sean to bundle them up and sell them to us. And so he just grabs 3 random slices and packages them and sells them now.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I
That's
bought 4 packages of them, so I've got 24 soap butts.
nice.
Yeah.
That seems like it'd be easy to ship too, if that's all that was in the order. Seems like you could almost even send it in a thick cardstock envelope, almost.
Yeah, or a bubble mailer.
Yeah. Versus having to pack it in a whole box. Big soap butts,
Yeah.
small soap butts.
And see, the thing is, because he makes his, they're 3-ounce bars. And so they're probably about like this. And so you've got 3 nice sized slabs. You could almost cut them and then package them up and send a whole bunch of different little samples if you wanted to really make them stretch. I don't know who Sir Mix-a-Lot is. You've lost me there, but
I know what it is.
is that Big Butts?
Yeah, I like big soap
Okay.
butts, and I cannot lie.
Okay. So instead of big butts, you like soap
Big,
butts.
big soap butts.
Right. Okay. That would be funny. Anyway, but yeah, if you've never tried Zion Creek Farms goat milk soap, it's awesome. He's coming out with 3 brand new men's lines of soap, and they're going to be amazing. He did a video showing how they're made, and oh, I cannot wait to try the fragrances. So anyway, they're going to be awesome. It's got to be in the chat box before you can type. He's awesome. He raises his own goats and milks them, and then he makes the soap. He does his very best to raise his own herbs, like the mint and the there's something else that he raises there on his own farm to use for the ingredients. And then he searches for only the purest ingredients to make his soap, and he sells his soap for next to nothing. He shows you how his goats are taken care of. All of his goats are pets. Some of his goats, he lost one of his goats recently, this last year, and she was a 8-star milking goat. If he would have certified her, she would have been 8-star. And her daughters are all right up there, real close to that. Yeah, they're incredible. And it used to be the Hunger Games to be able to even buy soap from him. Literally. Goat milk stuff. I'll have to take a look at it. I'll have to look at that one. But yeah, his goats are his babies. And okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
I'll look into it. Sean raises Nigerian dwarf goats, and he's got new babies. His last video, they did ultrasounds on the goats, on the mamas that are due with babies. And I mean, his goats are spoiled. They are pampered. They're loved. Every one of them has a name. They spend time over there just sitting and loving on them. And, you hear people say that the only way you're ever going to... Okay, we'll see you next time, Stacy. I'll see you around in chat somewhere, I know. Thank you for being here. They say that the only way to have a tame goat is to raise a bottle baby. His babies are all raised on their mamas, and every single one of them are as tame and lovable as a bottle baby. They're as friendly and easygoing, and their personalities shine, and they all go to the best of homes. It's incredible. So I'm trying to convince him to come on and do an interview with me. I think you guys would just love him. He's as down to earth and real as can be. So
that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, his wife won't come on camera, and I understand. In the very early days of his channel, there were some unkind people that were not nice to her.
Oh.
And
that's crappy.
So everybody refers to her as Lady H or the Lovely H. And every now and then we'll see the back of her or her legs, and we'll hear her talk, but that's the most that we'll ever see or hear of her. Yeah, it is. It's horrible. It's horrible that people will do things like that, but maybe someday. But in the meantime, we treat her with love and respect, and we just refer to her as the Lovely H or Lady H. And I think she and I share a birthday. So.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, it is 5 minutes to 5 here, and Logan should be rolling in just about any time. And once he gets home, it'll be chaotic.
Yeah.
The dog will start barking and being demanding, and cats will be running everywhere. And oh my, and I'll bet Sir Grace is hungry. So, anyway, hi, Megan. She can't hear me, huh?
No, I don't. I have the sound through my headset.
Ah, well, anyway. Oh, you already ate. Okay. Well, we're probably going to have leftovers too. So that'll be easy enough. But I should probably close this out. I appreciate everybody who was here. And I appreciate you coming on and helping keep the conversation flowing, Ronson.
No, I don't know if I did that much, but you're welcome.
Oh, you did. It's much easier to talk to someone than it is to talk by myself.
Right.
And we will have whatever tacos next week, and we'll dedicate it to Miss Lisa, the best shipping department on YouTube. And thank you for popping in tonight, Miss Glenda, and I will see you next week. Thank everybody for being here. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
If you guys are looking for somewhere else to go right away, Consume the Goodness is going live in just a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to redirect. I don't know if I can yet, but please do go check out Consume the Goodness. She's a wonderful creator and very encouraging and uplifting. So please check her channel out. Molly.